Hey, this is Olivia Subuyu. For my today's video, here, I'll just show it. It's kind of holding it a little unstable, but if you can read my writing, maybe. It's just, sorry, I'm stumbling. It's tips to have for a better shopping experience at Treasure Hunt, Canada. And for more information about Treasure Hunt, for those of you who don't know, you can go to the ilovetreasurehunt.ca. I just thought of making this so the customers and staff can have a pleasure experience instead of a stressful one for all. Because I'm all about peace. And wow, you like my hair? This time I just have it very loose. Okay. And actually, as you can notice, I'm not zooming properly. But I made a plan, and I'm gonna read it according to my script. So about Treasure Hunt. What was it? Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know, it started in Alberta last year, April 2022. And the first location was Calgary. But I guess for some people, they know it's not really Calgary, but it's on the outskirts of Calgary. Complicated to explain, but it's actually Rocky View, Alberta, and hopefully you can read that. If not, maybe it looks backwards, but it's 293026 Colonel Robinson Way, Rocky View, Alberta. Yeah, you can check on the website with the Google. One important thing, the store hours, Monday through Friday, 9:30 in the morning to 7 p.m. Those are the opening and closing times. Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, some customers, I don't know, they're still getting familiar with it, or they forget what time the store functions. But besides the Google, I'll try to help remind. And not to be harsh or bad in a way, but I think we need these reminders so we would all know. Okay, so that's done. Now, I guess one thing you didn't know, I mentioned that it had a location in Calgary, and one fact, it was the first in Alberta, like in the Rocky View area. Excuse me. And if you're wondering, besides the address, maybe I'll show you a little map here. The picture. But Calgary is the first location. And then there's a second location. There's a total of 3 in Alberta. Red Deer and Edmonton are the newest ones. And I don't know if there's going to be more. Stay tuned. But I also found out from that website, I just show it again. There's 13 locations in Ontario. But one tip, let's say, oh, you bought a microwave and you bought it in the Calgary location. I guess it would just make sense. You don't go to Edmonton and return it there. You would have to go back with your receipt and go back to the Calgary location. I don't know who or why someone went to somewhere else because they found it convenient, but that's how it is. Okay, so that one's done. So I'll have more on picture-in-picture, and maybe on the website you can read more about the treasure hunt, like how it all started, if you're interested in that. But it's technically a liquidation store, and there is a US counterpart called Dirt Cheap. Yeah, speaking of liquidation store, I don't know about other liquidation stores, but it does have some specific guidelines to follow, which I'll go over that in a bit. Maybe for the new drivers or those who are wondering, how do you get there? Besides Googling it, I'm not really great with the directions, but from what I can say, if you're familiar with the Horizon Mall, like I think it's the west entrance. Like say you're leaving Cross Iron Mall, but you're on the direction of the Horizon Mall, so you keep going straight from there. I guess the road I found out is called Colonel Robinson Way, and there is a traffic light, but keep going straight there, and then, well, there's some construction at some other parts, but the next part you would have to turn left, and that's your only choice. So you turn left from there, and then you will see the sign of treasure hunt, and there is a left entrance, so you would turn left again. So to make it short, from Colonel Robinson Way, go straight, pass by the Horizon Mall, and then after the lights, turn left, and then if you see the treasure hunt sign, you enter left again. And there's two sides of the parking lot, like a side and a front. So you would see there's a neighbor building of treasure hunt, and the neighbor building is the Amazon YYC1 building, which it would be right in front. If you go there, you're too far. You have to go to the other side where you see the sign. With that building, it's like split in two. So one part is the store of treasure hunt. The other is the warehouse counterpart of treasure hunt, where they get their supplies. And only the warehouse workers of that company is allowed there. Customers and others go to the store area. So one more time. Along Colonel Robinson Way, if you're leaving past Cross Iron Mall, keep going straight. Past the Horizon Mall, and then there's a traffic light. After the traffic light, turn left, and then when you see the sign, turn left again, and you should be there. I just had to say it 3 times to make sure. Okay, I'll try to be quick with this, but I had to mention some rules that Treasure Hunt is going by according to how things are adjusting and transitioning. And one thing, for those of you who don't know, there is a policy, like say, if you get anything electronic related, like whatever you plug in, batteries, and inflatable. Maybe with some tents, if you find tents, there's some exception. But all of those, I'll mention again, electronic related plug-in, battery, and inflatable, and sometimes tents, they have a return and exchange policy if you have issues, as long as you have your physical receipt. I know some people probably don't carry a physical receipt, but if you buy one of those, you need one within 30 days. So keep that in mind. Okay. Now, for the employees and employers, they want to try and achieve a goal by keeping the store nice and clean looking. But us workers kind of need the help from the customers. Not saying that all customers are bad in making a mess, and I won't go on with that because I don't want anything bad. But they also say a policy all around the store, and once in a while, I guess some cashiers mention it on the PA system. But for whatever products that are in the box or some other package like blankets or whatever you need to open to check, you would have to check nearby the cashier. They don't want, let's say you try to check this furniture thing, you open it and you find out, oh, you don't want it. That's how most people do it. They try to open, check, and then, oh, this is bad. So the reason cashiers can try to repackage it and then try their luck in selling the product if any good. But yeah, that's one major thing that I gotta say. Another one, it's kind of new and I'm not sure, maybe I have to ask the management, but they did have signs all around the store and it's kind of new. They don't allow food or drinks from the outside in the store. because, well, like for me, example, I found many Tim Horton drinks or McDonald's or some bubble tea, French fries, baby bottles, chips, or a lot of garbage hiding around the shelves or even on the floor. Oh, even an apple, half-eaten apple or some other fruits in the clothing, which is not good. So if you're hungry or thirsty, save it for later, but try to enjoy your shopping experience without it. And try not to break any pickle jars. I had to clean up some pickle jar messes, and that wasn't fun. Okay, almost done. Now, this rule kind of points toward parents with kids. And it's been kind of I don't know, a difficult thing to go by. For us of the workers, we don't want to do anything wrong, but ideally, we don't want anything bad happening to your little kids. So I'll just say, parents should really keep an eye on their kids. I know when I was young, I was kind of lost in the store and crying, and then my parents found me. So keep your kids close, young or old. It seems like when the parents want to shop, their kids try to run towards the toys and play as if it was a daycare or like a house. But some people gotta remember, this building, this liquidation store, it's a store, a commercial place. If kids want to have fun, they can go to the Sky Castle or Chuck E. Cheese. But this store isn't supposed to be a playground zone. I guess that's the way I can try to say it without being too bad or too negative. But in a way, you will keep your kids close by. The kids should not try to open the box or play with it or whatever else. Like I even see some kids, they're like playing with the toys or even balloons, and they're like putting it in the mouth. And I don't know about you, but for some of the stuff there, it gets really dusty. And would you want your kids to get sick? So if you're very hygienic, be careful. This part, I don't know, should be common sense, but young or old, they should know riding bikes, scooters, skateboards, or even the carts, the buggies, are a big no-no, because with all of them, I've actually seen a kid ride a scooter and then she fell, but I was far away to tell her, don't do that. But she did it, and she fell and she cried. And well, lucky her parents were nearby, But I had to say to the parents, this is why we don't allow it. So for the safety of your kids, the store is not a playground, and it's not like a park where you can ride your bikes or scooters or whatever. And some people or some kids were like even in the cart, but they were trying to jump out and then they get injured. If I was a mother, I would be having a heart attack or stressed out. Okay. And also, with some of the shelves in the store, it's very unstable. Like, we try to lock it in so it can hold the products, but it's not meant for people to sit or lay down or whatever. Like, it could fall or something. So be careful of that too. Okay, almost done. It's not a rule of the store, but I thought I should say, if you are trying to figure out if you really want to buy this particular item, but then you change your mind that you cannot afford it, it's best to put it back where you find it. Like, say if someone's buying a toaster oven or a few dresses, and then they change their mind, you don't leave the toaster oven on one of the tables because it belongs on a shelf, and one of the clothes, well, it should go back on the clothing rack, like as if you're putting it in your closet. Or you could give it to one of the staff people, and then they can put it away in some proper place. And that can help all of us. So I mentioned the clothing hours. Basically, from Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 7. Saturday, 9:30 to 5. And Sunday, 11 to 5. So it's like about 15 minutes before the actual closing, we try to remind customers it is closing soon, so please go to the cashiers and make your final purchases, and we'll be opening tomorrow of that day or so. But if you're like still trying to shop or trying to figure out, a little warning. The management and security are really strict that they have to close on that particular time to make the easy flow of their final stuff and the final cleanup stuff. So we have to try to close in a good time. So we're not like trying to push out people, but we're just trying to, so we can make the business flow better and for the people who are tired to rest well. Now, I hope those info help. If any questions, give a comment, like, or share. Until then, bye. Peace out.